Hey, it's not hot.
Hammer, can you go turn on the light?
Yep. Yep. What, do you not want some bright light on?
Oh, I said we have to have the bright light on.
What?
Anyways, we are back to finish the video called I Eat Every Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I do that on purpose, people. Don't make them mad.
At Denny's.
Price drop, okay. Beetlejuice 2 menu item at Denny's. We got a kitty cat. Kitty cat. Kitty cat. It's a kitty cat.
Is it me?
I kidnapped him from the table over there.
Is it me or the...
Cheese added to it. Oh, it was pretty good. Definitely the best thing if you ask me. So apparently this was an item that Denny's had at one point, or maybe during multiple periods, and they did bring it back. So I guess that in of itself kind of fits the theming. It's been brought back from the dead. The sandwich itself has been revived. So I guess points for that. I mean, I'm not even giving points. I'm not scoring it, but points for that anyway if you want to keep your own points. Then there was the Beetlejuicy burger. This thing was massive. Almost more than half the size of my head. It looks a little more sad than the picture, which, I mean, really, you shouldn't be that surprised. I mean, these are like professional food photographers. They're probably touching it up in Photoshop and everything. Hell, this could be AI for all I know. That might not even be a real burger I'm looking at right now. The meat patties were a little more pale looking was the main thing. But other than that, it actually didn't look that bad. If I recall, when the waitress brought it out, she kind of like apologized. Well, it doesn't look as good as it does on the menu. Honestly, I was expecting a lot worse. I looked up some other images of people's afterlife menu Denny's items after I did this, and mine actually looked probably better than any of the other ones. Maybe it's because I said I was recording a video, so they felt pressure to bring me out their A game. That was Toasty's suggestion during the last video. I guess the idea is you wave the YouTuber card around like you're some kind of food critic or something. Better appease the YouTuber. We wouldn't want an F-list celebrity YouTuber to be shitting on our Denny's Beetlejuice menu. But yeah, this thing was so big I could barely even fit my mouth around it. What does this have to do with the movie, though? I mean, I guess it has 3 patties, so that's 3. That's a 3 thing. 3 slices of provolone. That's 3. 3 and 3. It's juicy. The name of the movie is Beetlejuice, so it's a juicy burger. So the Beetlejuice juicy burger. It's like kind of like a thing. Like it's kind of like the movie.
Yeah, you also got
Kind of. Actually, that was my main problem with it, though. It was just so dry. Anytime you get a burger with that much meat on it, it's just, I mean, it needs more sauce. The sauce that was on there, what was it? Diner Q sauce? Whatever that is. Was actually pretty good, but they needed like 3 times as much, honestly. That could have been another 3. 3 squirts of the Diner Q Beetlejuice sauce. Honestly, they should have just put some green dye in it and called it Beetlejuice sauce. Like, grow a pair, Denny's. I'm already in this. Back in the day, we used to have green Shrek foods, but now companies are afraid, oh, well, if we call it Beetle and it's Beetlejuice, so no one will want to eat our food. No, shut up. This is America we're talking about. We'll eat any garbage. Slap a logo on it, slap some character on it that we like, we'll eat it. We're not complaining.
Using Shrek to poison our kids.
The grosser the better. But yeah, a little bit dry. It would have been better with just 1 patty. Let's be real. Okay, well, I'm definitely not done eating
people. Man, back in the day, we had Shrek's flavored stuff. They had fucking green Cheetos around that time. They had fucking green fillings, green fruit dye for shit. Around the time of the first Ghostbusters,
See, it wasn't that bad.
they had High C Ecto Cooler, which Slimer was the mascot of that juice. Sorry for yelling, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm talking to the cat. And then you go put your cup of things in the fridge because you make a mess a lot. You know you make a mess a lot.
What?
I got my buddy. And stop guzzling your soda. You're going to get water.
Sorry. I'm just giving it a nice What?
Oh, hey, boy. We don't need you hyper. We don't need no Pikachu running around the house fucking doing lightning bolts. Don't look at me like you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, we gotta go back to this.
Well,
Also, I want some high C now. God damn it. Talk about high C extra cooler and make me want some high C. God damn it, I hate myself right now.
But this is my first go through. I wasn't able to make that big of a dent to this massive amount of food. Recently, I've been watching this British guy on YouTube who does these food eating challenges. I can't remember his name. We'll put it right here. Okay, there we go. That's a little more room. He somehow eats more food than any human should eat in a month in one sitting. I'm honestly feeling very, very inadequate. I'm not coming anywhere close. Let's see how much more I can get down. Other than the excessive amount of meat, though, I was actually kind of surprised at how good it was. It didn't look crazy impressive. I never really had a Denny's burger before. The only times I've ever even been to Denny's that I can recall was during conventions. I don't know why this is, but it seems like no matter what convention center you're at across the United States, there is a Denny's parked literally right next to it. Overall, it was not bad. The food was actually pretty good. And I think Beetlejuice should eat some more vegetables. Maybe a fruit. Maybe at least one less slab of beef patty. I'm usually an IHOP guy, but hey, this was better than I was expecting. I think their burgers are definitely better than IHOP. Pancakes, I'd probably go IHOP. I think now I'll go burgers for Denny's. As far as the theming, I want to say it really didn't do that much to make it similar to the movie. The advertisement images did look very sort of Beetlejuicy, zombie themed, all that green and the contrast and everything. Whoever did these assets, I hope that they got paid well because they really sold it. But I guess I've only ever had two of these sort of movie video game tie-in things before with the IHOP and the Olive Garden. I mean, I think it actually was better than both of those theming-wise. I mean, the Sonic one was just items from the menu that they kind of made it it was Sonic. I mean, onion rings, that's Sonic, right? Lasagna, that's Garfield. I do think, though, that the Beetlejuicy burger, the Say It 3 Times Slam, and the shake, well, I mean, I guess the shake is just an Oreo shake, but they did put green sprinkles on it. I doubt they did that before the Beetlejuice thing. So two of these maybe were new items? I'm not sure. Still better than Sonic and Garfield on that front, though. Alright, this is as good as I could do. I got a decent amount of this burger, although it doesn't really look like it. She gave me some to-go sauce. One more bite for the road. I shouldn't have had that last little bit. I'm gonna regret that later. Doesn't even fit. Alright, thanks so much for watching. If you guys like this, make sure you give it a like. I want to know if you guys want to see more of these movie tie-in food things. If you know any good ones or if any new ones come out, make sure you let us know and we'll jump on it. You can check out the two previous ones right here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Beetlejuice is coming to Roblox.
My buddy want to go, but my buddy gets a thing going nowhere. Buddy, you good. You can just lay down, relax, take a chill pill. He's like, don't tell me to take a chill pill, bitch. Take a chill pill, lay down.
She says, oh, Mama's crying laying down.
Not you, girl. You good girl. Okay, hen. You stay. You stay. You good.
Yep.
You ready?
You take that one off the playlist?
Yes.
I am ready.
I did that already. Did I snap your finger? Did I fucking crack a bone in your finger? Fucking mess with my hand, and that's found with your hand. That's down here, and that's down here is a crack. Like when they'll pop, like when you do like this, like that.
Huh? Don't you get right there, Nick?
I'm not doing that. I did that already a couple times. It fucking feels good, but you can actually snap your neck from doing that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You also shouldn't be doing the crack your fingers. That apparently can give you arthritis or something in your hand.
Yeah, and I haven't did that for a while. No, George. Why are you looking at me? What are you going to do?
She's giving you beautiful hairstyle.
You can't make me become a point. That's impossible.
Oh my, at some point you'd be learning about a certain medical disease
Okay.
when Henry ain't here.
At some point, you'll be learning how to use a toilet. A portable one-person toilet. The right way.
What are you trying to do?
Okay, what the wine? What the fuck? We ain't doing no hour-long video.
Doing it with some dreadlocks.
We ain't doing no gay shit either right
Next
now.
time your brother finds something. You're gonna have a dreadlock braiding your hair.
Why?
Because she gonna make you a. Okay, have you tried getting a hold of him again? Just asking. No. That's what I'm gonna
I
respond.
haven't.
No. No, bitch.
I get it.
I didn't add the bitch part. I'm just saying.
My husband decides to good at thing.
Anyways, back to the fucking videos. Boy.
You gonna bite his finger gun?
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes grab. Oh, fuck. M. But anyway, I gotta get you snap back to reality.
She says, I'm smelling finger gun though.
This video contains full spoilers for the first season of Creature Commandos. As of now, the DCU has released one project, Creature Commandos, which between its 7 episodes and around 2 hours and 45 minutes of runtime, somehow managed to establish an already more fleshed out DC universe than we've seen in live action, helped by it being animation. With just this one show, 70 individual characters of note have either appeared or with a few of them have been mentioned or referenced, and in this video, I'll be going over all of them, every single character who has already appeared in the DCU. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to help me get to 150,000 subscribers. And let's begin. Amanda Waller is a character continued from the loose canon appearances in the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, events that were both alluded to in the series, and where she was also played by Viola Davis. Due to these events, Waller is now forced to utilize only those considered non-human or monsters in her newly titled Task Force M. Waller will return in her own live-action series.
I still don't get how the Bride and Dr. Phosphorus are considered non-human. Because the Bride is a living corpse.
Oh, I figured out what show it was that I think it was.
What?
How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh.
That's what she played on.
Anyway,
And I think she was called Amanda Waller in that show too.
No.
Why?
I don't think so. Anyways, how is the Bride and Dr. Phosphorus considered non-human? The Bride is a living corpse. A living human, a living dead body, and Dr. Phosphorus is a fucking skeleton. A human skeleton.
Because I guess they're not living anymore.
He's still alive. He ain't dead.
I guess they consider him dead.
Johnny
Bride
Cotton's
is the
also
only
a
one
character
who's dead.
continued from loose canon
I mean,
appearances in the Suicide Squad and
dead
Peacemaker,
to
but he was
begin with.
also played by Steve Agee. His appearances seem to have been entirely canon, as he mentions having helped fight an alien invasion where he broke his leg, just like in Peacemaker Season 1. Now, he's working at Belle Reve as Waller's right-hand man. Economos is returning in Peacemaker Season 2 this year, and Waller whenever that comes out. The alien invasion mentioned by Economos was carried out by the Butterflies, the aliens appearing on Peacemaker. This practically confirms their existence, with specific characters like Eek-Stack, Ik, Nobe Luck, and the Cow all having existed as well. Rick Flag Sr. is voiced by Frank Grillo and is the father of Rick Flag Jr., whose death in the Suicide Squad is referenced. What Flag doesn't know yet is that Peacemaker was the one who killed him. Flag had his son at just 18 years old, mostly explaining the short 14-year age gap between the Rick Flag Sr. and Rick Flag Jr. actors. Flag leads the Commandos until he's replaced by the Bride, setting him up to potentially have a lesser role in Season 2. He's also heavily injured by Clayface, but is currently recovering and will be fine enough to be fully active in a small appearance on Superman and large role in Peacemaker Season 2, where he will almost certainly find out about Peacemaker killing his son. Rick Flag Jr. was mentioned, confirming his existence in this world and his appearance in the Suicide Squad being canon. I think if he ever returns, he will be played by Joel Kinnaman. He and Weasel are mentioned to have taken part in something called Project Starfish in Corto Maltese, which practically confirms Star Ro's role in those events. Comics. Weasel is a character continued from a loose cannon appearance in The Suicide Squad, where he was also voiced by Sean Gunn. In the comics, Weasel is a Firestorm villain. That doesn't seem to be the case here, though, although he definitely is an enemy of fire.
Yeah,
Weasel is revealed to not have killed any kids, contrary to what both father and
Just so you know, only thing Mom knows is that Starro is a thing. She don't know shit about him, aside from he was also the first villain that the Justice League ever fought together. And that's all, because she watched Powerless episode 1 of season 1.
Say,
I
you're
did
a
not.
giant starfish that can breathe air.
Yeah. I think if it was real, we all
the
would
Sun
be-
Flag said in both of his appearances. His design also seems to have been tweaked a bit to give him larger, more cutesy eyes, although that might just be an art style choice. Weasel is very much alive and will return for season 2. Alongside Weasel, another Firestorm villain appeared in the season, although in a very small cameo. As hinted at by Dr. Phosphorus, this is a hyena, and most likely a character named Summer Day, aka Hyena, who is an enemy of Firestorm, and despite her appearance, is female. Attempting to come to Weasel's defense was Elizabeth Bates, voiced by Linda Cardellini. This is the first ever adaptation of a character named Betty Bates, a New York City-based lawyer in the Quality Comics universe, appearing exclusively between 1940 and 1950 in the comics, before DC purchased Quality Comics, an insane deep cut. Bates is still alive, and seeing as Weasel is still around, we'll likely see her again. Arguably the main character of the season, certainly by the end of it, the Bride, or the Bride of Frankenstein, is voiced by Indira Varma, and is a nearly 200-year-old stitched-together corpse created by Victor Frankenstein at the request of his other creation, Eric, who's been chasing her for those 2 centuries. The Bride seems to have super strength and all that comes with that, doesn't age and can't die, and is also proficient.
Hang on, Frankenstein's name in this universe is Eric Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Where's my Buddha baby?
She's not paying attention over here, is she now? She's on cat drugs,
Where's Buddha baby?
not catnip.
Buddha baby.
I think she's holding Simon hostage.
And Diamond has the face of, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? So that's why we don't get reaction videos done.
Yeah, Mom.
Buddha
I
baby.
mean, she's over here giving the cat, and the cat's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If
Buddha baby.
you can see what we saw right now, people. Ooh, she's making out with the cat.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw that for the first time on tape.
Okay, that's enough. That's
With
enough.
weaponry. In the present, she's in Argus custody and is the leader of the Creature Commandos, going into season 2. Eric Frankenstein, voiced by David Harbour, is a tad bit older than the Bride, although it's unclear by how much, making him also somewhere near 200 years old. He also has all the same superhuman abilities, and I don't think he's mentally
I read
incapable,
the
but he
original
does
book,
feel a
at
lot
least
less
you got the
human than the
novel
Bride,
version.
and how he
I don't
speaks,
have
how
the
he thinks,
original
and even his size. He kind of has the emotional capabilities of like a baby. Eric is still very much alive and still has the same goal as always, just to chase after the Bride. Along the way, in the 1830s, Eric befriended, was healed back to health by, and then killed an elderly Romani blind woman named Bogdana, an original character voiced by Irina Maliva. The 2 Frankensteins were created by Victor Frankenstein, who was born in the 1790s and died at the hands of his first creation, Eric, in 1831, shortly after he created the Bride, due to his affair with the Bride. He was voiced by Peter Serafinowicz, and he also had a wife who was never named or shown. Nina Mazursky was voiced by Zoe Chow and was a human born in Star City with fatal defects to scientist Edward Mazursky, who then genetically modified her, turning
Star City. Oh, Home of Green Arrow. Okay,
Yeah. I don't
I had to think a minute for that. I'm like, Central City's Flash, Keystone is also Flash, Gotham's Batman, Metropolis. Who the fuck's in?
Superman?
No, Metropolis is Superman. Star City's Green Arrow. And I can explain why there's 2 cities with flashes. There's multiple flashes. Keystone is more of Wally West and Jay Garrick.
Are you done holding me
her
up?
into
No.
a fish woman who can breathe underwater but not on land. This origin is an entirely original one, as her comic origins depict her simply being born into a monster village in Romania and then adopted by someone named Myron Mazursky. Along the way, Nina befriended G.I. Robot and the Bride, but unfortunately died at Alana Rostovic's hands. I don't think we will ever see her again. Nina Mazursky's father in the comics was only ever given a name in the Flashpoint timeline, which is where she originates. There, his name name is Myron. For whatever reason, they changed it here to Edward Mazursky. Also different from the comics is that he is her biological father rather than adopted, and also different from the comics, which predates Nina Mazursky by a lot. Professor Mazursky was the creator of the Creature Commandos. Here he has no affiliation with them at all, aside from his daughter being a future member. Edward was voiced by Greg Henry and is currently deceased, having been killed by the Star City Police. Nina's mother is named Lily Mazursky and is voiced by Joy Osmonsky. No version of Nina in the comics ever had a mother mentioned, nor did Professor Mazursky ever have a wife mentioned, so Lily is an original character. Her current status is unknown, as she abandoned her husband and daughter when Nina was a baby, but she's likely alive. Alex Sartorius is the Batman villain Dr. Phosphorus, voiced by Alan Tudyk, who has his origin from the comics adapted, but in a more tragic way. Like the comics, he's thrown into a radioactive core by Rupert Thorne, turning him into what he is. In this version, however, he has a wife and son, who are both murdered by Thorne and his gang. Also, unlike the comics, Phosphorus then turns himself into a mob boss, taking over Thorne's operations before ultimately being defeated by the Batman. Phosphorus mentions not having been touched for 15 years, placing his transformation in the late 2000s and Batman's career as being longer than expected. Phosphorus is alive and will return in Season 2. Phosphorus' wife is named Parvin Sartorius and is voiced by Parisha Fakhri and was killed by Rupert Thorne's gang. She is an original character, as is their son together, who is unnamed and also killed by Rupert Thorne. Speaking of, Rupert Thorne is another Batman villain and was voiced by Ben Davis. Thorne was responsible for Dr. Phosphorus' villain origin, which in turn led to his own demise, as
I don't know. Here's a fun fact.
If I have to watch this, you have to sit here and watch.
This show
No.
introduced Mom to Dr. Phosphorus.
Yep.
Who I know of because of the Lego Batman movie, and also because I wanted to know about Blight from Batman Beyond. And I realized he was inspired by Dr. Phosphorus, at least
Yeah, I
the
did
design was.
I didn't play on the
And she knows of Rupert Thorne from Batman Cape Crusader Season 1, Episode 1. You know, the show with the lady version of Penguin?
I did not watch.
Yeah, they gave you
I know.
nothing.
With the two sons? Who both died?
How did they both die?
They both dead, she killed them.
With the snitch bitch son.
Yeah, who died? He's at the bottom of... The other son is dead at the bottom of the lake, and I think the snitch bitch son also died. I haven't watched... we need to watch episode 2 of that. We need to find a place where we can watch episode 2. Like one of the free movie apps. Or something, you know?
I have not played the Batman.
I don't care.
care.
Neither have I, Henry. We ain't talking about Batman Origins.
And I need to.
We ain't talking about that. Well, it's for the Xbox
Are you
360.
about done or
No.
he was killed alongside his wife and 2 kids by Phosphorus. Despite being dead, I could see Thorne popping up in projects that don't take place in the present, like maybe Clayface. Speaking of, Clayface is also voiced by Alan Tudyk and is clearly known enough to be recognized immediately by both Flag and Economos. Aside from that, his design powers and the fact that he was hired by Ilana Rostovic, we don't know much about this Clayface, including his name or if he's the one appearing in the movie. What's interesting is that he did a really poor job at acting like Isla McPherson, which suggests that he isn't Basil Carlo, famously an actor, and is Matt Hagen. This is further suggested by how dead this Clayface seems to be, having been electrocuted and exploded by Eric Frankenstein, and still exploded a little bit later. It's not confirmed, but Clayface was almost certainly collected by Argus. Maybe he'll even appear in Season 2, or maybe he is indeed dead. The woman he impersonated was Isla McPherson, who in the comics is the history teacher.
I don't think Clayface is dead. He's made of clay. It'd be hard to kill that fucker. Mom also knows that villain.
Yep.
So this has at least 3 villains that she knows about.
Ugly, nasty Clayface.
Yeah, shitface.
That's funny.
To be honest, Clayface is she only knows of 2 Clayfaces. Matt Hagen, because I had to explain to her that there were multiple, and she knows of Matt Hagen because we watched something about him on the channel, and she knows about Basil Caro Clayface because of Batman Arkham City, where she had to watch me try to beat that motherfucker's ass multiple times because he kept killing me, and I didn't know how to dodge his attacks.
I never fought that boss before.
Because you never played that level in Batman Arkham City. We don't have it no more. And I keep interrupting, and you made this longer than it's supposed to be. I don't know shit about this.
At Gotham Academy. Here she was given a
Gotham
slightly different
Academy,
spelled
okay,
name, adding an A to Isla, and made an expert on Themyscira living in Louisiana. After backing up Cersei's claim, she was killed and replaced by Clayface at the order of Ilana Rostovic. In a blink and you miss it appearance, another Batman villain cameoed in this show. This is Orca, who in the comics is the alter ego of Grace Balin, whose origin involves splicing her DNA with that of an orca, much like Nina Mazursky, but having done it to herself. Orca is alive and in Argus custody.
But one of many Batman villains who is an animal character, because you also got Croc and another person who spliced their DNA with an animal. Man-Bat. Dr. Kirkland, what is it with people in Gotham thinking it's a smart idea if I fucking splice my DNA with an animal's DNA?
And then you got the one who was named after an animal.
Who? Oh yeah, Catwoman.
No, I was thinking more King Snake Bane's dad.
Oh yeah, you got King Snake Bane's dad.
Yep.
You got fucking the assassin, Copperhead.
Penguin.
aka Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot. Not to forget that most of the Wonderland members are named after animals. You got White Rabbit, Dormouse, fucking Caterpillar, and the Cheshire Cat.
Which I don't.
And you got Cheshire, who is named after the Cheshire Cat. And they're not even related to the Wonderland gang.
Like I said, DC's got a thing with animals.
Yeah.
Because then you got the other ones that...
You got Catman, Killer Moth, Batman, Batgirl, Batwoman, Batmite,
You got my enemy that
Robin.
turned into an animal.
Beast Boy.
Not that one.
Who?
Jaina.
Jaina.
Yeah,
This is from what does her powers activate? Form of a tiger, shape of a fucking puddle. Why the fuck does she get the cool powers and I don't?
Who you?
I don't know, Zan. Come, it's okay, buddy. Bitch. To be honest, I want to be Jaina.
Because I'm cooler than you. That's why I get the
No, I want to be Peter. Yeah, Peter Griffin.
You know
He can turn into Jaina's tampon.
You know
He can turn into objects. So I can turn into a fucking car and just leave.
Why?
And we got Spider Pig.
That ain't even in the fucking... That's in fucking Marvel.
Yeah.
Not even DC. You said, what is it with them and animals? Oh my god.
You remind me of Spider Pig when you said Peter Griffin.
Oh yeah, The Simpsons. Spider Pig. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does.
I was trying to say that.
And he just walk and Homer's holding the fucking pig up on the wall and getting mud all over the fucking ceiling. There's also when he made him look like Harry Potter and some other stuff. That's funny. Anyways, we're getting off top. Okay, then you get the actual animal characters. You get Ace the Bat Hound, Crypto the Super Dog, and a whole bunch of actual animal characters who can fucking talk. You also got Vixen. You got Vixen, who's another character who can turn into animals. Also, another fun fact. In the Injustice universe, Killer Croc and Orca has a child together. But only in that universe. In the main universe, Killer Croc is dating Enchantress.
I don't like.
Killer Croc's dating a witch bitch.
Moo Moo likes
Keep
you
her 60
though.
feet away from you. Don't come near me. She's still one target than you.
Okay, bro,
Not me. You go that way.
Not me.
Sit the fuck down.
I was dancing this or what? Get over here.
Get your ass back over here.
Why
Oh
are you
yes, I'm not
hugging
kidding.
me?
Shut up!
Because I'm picking on you right now.
Time to shut up. Everybody, shut it. Trying to talk here. Yes, in the main DC universe, Killer Croc is dating a witch bitch, aka Enchantress. They're actually a cute couple. I still say it's better for Orca. And DC has a weird thing with bats, since they made multiple Man-Bat copy clones in multiple storylines. and turn multiple people into a man-bat type hybrid creature.
Why do you think she's called Batman? Because he got a weird thing with bats.
No, he's scared of bats. Well, that's one reason. Some reason okay, I'll explain with Batman. Why he's a bat fang person.
If he's scared of bats, then why is the Batcave full of bats?
I'll tell you. Okay, in the Batman Year 1 storyline, a bat crashed through the window, and while Bruce is thinking how to take on, the criminals, and he looks at the bat, and he's like, that's it, I need a symbol. A symbol that the criminals will fear, as I fear. So he basically wants to give fear to and he becomes Batman. And the Batman Begins movie, he admits that he was afraid of bats because he fell into an old well that was covered up and had bats inside of it. And the cave is just underneath Wayne Manor, so it probably was an old, mining area or something, And that's why it has bats. And, so yeah. There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of different reasons why Batman actually dressed up as a bat. But I hate Bruce for one reason. He's like, after Dick Grayson leaves, he's like, you can't be Robin no more. But Dick Grayson only been Robin since that's what his parents called him. And his suit was the color of the Flying Grayson's colors. And Bruce saying, yeah, you can't be Robin no more. Yeah, if you're leaving me. And that's how the match for Robin started. Yeah, Bruce was a dickhead.
I know. Now I know.
Okay. What you doing, Bob?
I'm changing socks.
Okay, back to
One
the
final
video.
Batman villain was referenced as we see a newly-made parody of the Riddler during Phosphorus' origin, which makes sense since Riddler is an early years Batman villain and this takes place 15 years ago. This all leads back to Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, who appeared at the end of Dr. Phosphorus' backstory, turning up the lights and standing in a badass pose in front of the lightning of the night sky. From the villain's appearances and lines of dialogue, we could gather that he's been around for 15 plus years, has faced off against Clayface, Dr. Phosphorus, Orca, and possibly Riddler. Batman will go on to appear in Batman Brave and the Bold, as well as possibly Clayface, and depending on if it's in the DCU, dynamic duo. Getting back to the Commandos, G.I. Robot is voiced by Sean Gunn, was a robot created in 1943 to help fight the Nazis in World War II, which became his one and only goal. He was a member of Easy Company, was studied by Will Magnus, which led to the creation of the Metal Men, befriended a man named Sam, who turned out to be a member of the neo-Nazi group of Hub City. G.I. Robot was eventually destroyed by Cersei as a member of the Creature Commandos. Fortunately, he's a robot, so he was just rebuilt not too long after, in a far larger body, although it's unclear if he remembers the events of this season or not. As mentioned, G.I. was a member of Easy Company, a group of soldiers from the comics who fought in the European theater of World War II. Their leader is Sergeant Franklin Rock, voiced by Maurice Sterling. There seems to be a Sergeant Rock movie in development with Daniel Craig in talks to star. It's likely all of these members will appear. Rock and all the other members are likely deceased in the present, but nothing is known about their statuses past 1943, aside from Will Magnus not.
I say Hub City is the home to the Question, the original Question, not Renee Montoya, the Question, but the original Victor Sage, the Question. So yeah.
Having heard of them in the 60s. The other members include Horace Canfield, aka Bulldozer, played by Paul Ben Victor, Louis Kiani, aka Little Sure Shot, voiced by Robbie Damon. Then there's Harold Shapiro, aka Wildman, Canary, Four Eyes, and many other unnamed members. G.I. also mentions Bogman, a creature of the Black Lagoon type monster from the comics, who was a member of the Commandos and.
Who was that?
Well, I paused to see.